Welcome to Bio class. Today we will discuss phylum Ctenophora and others. Now, ctenophores is commonly known as sea walnut and comb julius. Very popular that it is in comb julius. Exclusively marine. It means they are only found in sea, radially symmetrical, can cut into several plane, diploblastic, having two germ layer, ectoderm and endoderm, and tissue level of organization, does not form the organ. Okay, so this is probably the only animal, the largest animal that can move with its cilia. Okay, uh, look at here that it bears the ciliated comb plates, which helps in the locomotion. This is the 8 external rows. I just want to show you here. You can see this one from the top view. This it indicates here. This is the comb plate. You can count here. It is 8. It is another plane. If we see that, this is this side view. That is a 4. Another side is 4. All right. Digestion is both external and extracellular and intercellular. That already it is discussed. It means that outside the cell, the digestion which is there, which like a human being and the higher animal, and intercellular means food goes inside the cell and there it will digest. Now, bioluminescence is the property. Bioluminescence, the property that emit the light. Here you can see that there is some animal which can emit light Look at here, this is the ctenophore animal, and here in the dark sea this photograph is taken, and here it see that you can it emits a different color of light and looks very nice. So this is called luminescence. Okay. Sexes are not separate, they're hermaphrodite. Again, they're hermaphrodite, and reproduction takes place only by sexual means. Fertilization is external and the indirect development. Indirect development, what does it mean? Indirect development means larval form is there. You can see this, the reproduction. Here, they can regenerate their parts, lost part, damaged parts, they can regenerate. That is, you can take under the asexual type of reproduction. And sexual means only it's there, but they are hermaphrodites. They are having same body, male and female, gametic pair. The developmental stage is larval stage is there. Cytid larva. It's from that. See that this is the larval form, and the adult form already you've seen. From this larva, the adult will form. Okay. Comparatively less members are there. The Pleurobranchia is one of them. Ctenoplana, very good example here. Okay, so that is about Ctenophora. Next come here, phylum Platyhelminthes. Platyhelminthes, they are dorso-ventrally flattened body. Dorso-ventrally flattened body, the first we have got. Hence, they are called a flatworm. So, what does it mean? What is dorso-ventrally flattened? If I take one board, okay. So, dorso-ventrally flattened. Suppose if I draw here one animal, suppose this one. This is the animal. Okay, now in this animal you can see that this is the dorsal side and another side is of the ventral. Okay. Now, any animal, if it is flat in that format, means compressed this here and this here, and it is flat. It means that cross section. See that if it is a round shaped, then it is not flat. If it is a cross section shows this type of structure, it means this is the flat, this is the dorsal and the ventral. This is called dorso-ventrally flattened body. So I think you know that it's any animal having the back sides, that in case of mammal, that back side is the dorsal sides. Okay, they are mostly endoparasite and found in animals including human being. They are found inside the human being as a parasite. I think you know that the parasite, it indicates that host and the parasite. Suppose host is there, if outside the parasite is there, then it is ectoparasite. If inside the body parasite is there, then it is called endoparasite. Okay. So here flatworms are bilateral symmetrical, but can cut in one plane. Triploblastic, having all three layer, ectoderm, endoderm and mesoderm. Acoelomate, still coelom not formed, body cavity is not there, and the organ label of organization, they are having the organ. Hooks and suckers are present in the parasitic form, and they can absorb directly from the body surface. Okay, and the specialized cell, that flame cell, that very important, that you have to keep in mind. The flame cell present in Platyhelminthes helps in osmoregulation and excretion. We can see this part, so you can understand. You can see that this is the here one Taenia solium tapeworms, that top part, anterior part. Here is the hook. You can see that the hook and the sucker, it is there. So if we run this video, so this is the Taenia solium, this tapeworm, this long tape. You can see that the flattened body, and inside you can see that this is the flame cell. Detail you will see also. Okay, flame cell. If we see this, this is the structure of the flame cell. Here, this is the cilia, which looks like flame, and this is the tube cell. This total structure, it is found in throughout their body, and it helps osmoregulation, means water balance and excretion, to remove the waste products. So this is the only, it's organs and specialized cell is found in the Platyhelminthes. Alright. So now, so sexes are not separate. That means male and female. Sexes are not separate. Fertilization internal and development through the many larval stages. Some members, like planaria, possess regeneration. So their life cycle, if we discuss a little bit, long discussion not required now. Here you can see that they are having the several hosts. Suppose here the Taenia solium, this is a very well known one. See that this is the tapeworm. Tapeworm, when it is found in the human intestine. When it gets mature, then the latter part, the posterior part here, these are called proglottids. It comes out, one by one it is coming out, and with the fecal matter. This is taken by the pig. It is intermediate host, and it goes there. This larva, it is hooked in the muscle. This again, it is taken, uncooked or undercooked. This type of pork, it is taken by the human, and then again it infect the Taenia solium. Okay, so life cycle is complicated. Intermediate host and many other, it is there. Here Regeneration capacity they are also having. One thing I just want to add here, no, it is okay. The Here examples are Tinea solium, the Fasciola hepatica. Okay. So all right, about platyhelminthes. So you have to, when you do that, the characteristics. So you write all these characteristics which is there in the book. One thing I'm reminding you that everything this study the first you have to do from the NCERT book. Do not follow any other book other than NCERT. First you complete this one and get the basic knowledge about it, and then you can go any other. And about the platyhelminthes and any other, you may get the very elaborate forms and some other the classes also, the orders also, but these are not required. You have to do this part only which is there in the book, and the examples you have to keep in mind, that is also very important. Examples can be, from that can be question can be asked. So here is very important example here, the Tinea solium Fasciola hepatica. These two are in the lab, you can see afterward. Okay, so okay, thank you.